vision blueprint or the vision map in a sense to look at what will be our way that we go about ministry. We talked about the mission that God is on, that we get to partner with him in, the context that he's called us to, learning those distinctives about our context and the needs in the context that he's called us to. We talked about our values, what we want to be about as a group of people, the texture that will kind of help shape and guide the way in which we do the things that we do. And then we get to the vision. What is the vision that God has for you in the planting of this new church? Vision is a clear and compelling picture of what God desires to accomplish in your specific context. Vision is, in a sense, it's unique to you. It's what God is asking your church to uniquely do with the gifts, the talents, the people, the resources that he's given you in light of the context. It's in a sense where we see our values and context coming together in the preferred future that God has for us. It creates alignment. It helps us be on the same page. It helps us have clarity about the kinds of things that we'll be up to as a church or as a ministry, the kinds of things that we'll prioritize. It gives us a way to evaluate everything that we're doing. So vision has to be something that we hear from the Lord, not just our ideas or our passions, but a God-given burden in a sense. Vision proper, the fullest statement of these needs and how the church will address these needs. Clarity here provides greater clarity in the development of further vision type statements. Now there are different kinds of vision type statements. There are qualitative vision kinds of statements, like what we want to become, what are the qualities that we see in the future that we want to live out and that God is calling us to. There are quantitative vision statements. They talk about what we want to accomplish. They might talk about the numerical value. They might talk about this destination that we're walking into, something that can easily be quantified. And then there are process kinds of vision statements, how we want to do ministry. I've heard some people say like come, grow, go as a process vision statement. Or maybe there's a hybrid of those three. What we're driving at here is not that you need one of each of these, a qualitative, quantitative, and process vision statement. You need a statement, and here are different kinds of statements that you might draw from. So as you begin to identify what this vision is, we'll have statements that capture that, and then we'll have tagline statements that are kind of an abbreviated, memorable, repeatable, and promotable version of the vision. Again, because the value of vision is that we communicate it regularly. I've heard it said that the shelf life on vision is 30 days, which means that by the time we're sick of hearing ourselves communicate the vision, people are just beginning to get an idea of what the vision is. And so we need different ways of communicating that. Our vision proper, that whole vision framework, the different vision statement that God might birth within you, and then tagline statements that help you continue to communicate that, as well as maybe even a napkin drawing or some kind of a picture or image that helps you connect with the vision that God has called you to. Again, the nature of vision is that it should be divinely revealed rather than humanly developed. If this is what God's calling you to, we need to take time to listen in prayer, to quiet our minds, to quiet our thoughts, and to hear from him. What are the things that he wants us to be about? Church planting is really hard work, and we don't want to move in a direction out of step with the Lord. So are we going to take time to listen and hear what it is that he has for us in this vision? There needs to be something God-sized about your vision, or it simply remains a human endeavor. In a sense, we're asking the question, if God showed up and moved in a powerful way, what would that look like in our context? It's kind of this intricate mix of motivation from your current circumstances and context and a desired future fulfillment. It's a God-given burden and a God-given solution. So here's what we want to invite you to do as you move into discerning what your vision statements are. I want to just encourage you before anything, just to pause and take some time in prayer. Take some time listening to the Lord. Lord, what is it that you have for me? What's the burden, the passion that you've given us to live out in our context? Then discern the top 3 words that identify the deepest needs in your context. Again, in prayer, Lord, what are the 3 things? There's 10 things here, but what are the 3 things that we want to identify that are part of our context? What would it look like if those needs were met in Jesus' name. Now we're beginning to get a picture of what could happen. How could your church be intentionally engaged in bringing that about? And I think two kind of follow-up questions that are really helpful is to ask, where do you already see God at work in your context? God is already at work. So where and how is he wanting you then to partner with him in that? Once you've taken the time to do this, and this could be something that takes days, it could take a retreat, it could take maybe an afternoon where you're together with a team working through the discerning piece, the prayer piece, the recognizing what could happen as you partner with the Lord. Then begin to write out your vision, write out your tagline, write out a drawing or a picture that helps communicate this vision. Again, vision provides clarity. It's a guidepost for us to aim at. It's a way for us to look to the future that God has for us. So we'll be praying for you. We're excited to hear what it is that God stirs in you as you write out and hear that vision from him.